Today I'm going to show you guys how I go from this So first things first, you always want to make sure that you are moisturizing your lips. Nobody got time to be walking around with lips that look like a sidewalk in the springtime with all those cracks, nooks, and crannies. You gotta moisturize, baby. Especially when your lips are expensive. And that's just on period. Okay. Anyways, just moisturize your lips. Step number 2. We're gonna jump right into the, I use the matte face primer by Wet n Wild. Literally like, I think $3 or $5. And the face that I'm gonna do right now, it's a face that you can put on. Oh, sugar honey iced tea. That is way too much. Which is probably why this only lasts me like about a month. But yeah, this is way too much for your face. But this is a face that you guys can do if you're going out. I do this face when I go to the gym. Let me tell you something. When I go to the gym, I put on makeup not because I need it, not because I want to impress anybody, but because when I go to the gym, baby, it's like I go to church. Okay? My body is my church. I worship my body. I put in every single great intention to make sure that all my wishes and all my goals manifest while I'm in the gym. It's not for Ricky over there in the corner who's bench pressing 25s. I really don't care about Ricky, baby. I'm not paying for my bills. And even if you were, I'm still gonna go to the gym with a beat face. I'm talking brows, contour, and everything. So anyways, yeah, my point is that I really don't wear makeup to impress anybody. I just like looking pretty. Okay, so the first step that I do is I do my concealer first. And I just wanna preface this video by saying I am not a makeup artist. I am not affiliated with any sort of makeup anything. I'm just your one-of-the-mill gay boy from New York City, baby, and that's just, I'm period. So I start off my face by doing my concealer, and the concealer that I use is the Morphe. Honestly, I've tried so many concealers, and this is like the best. And I use the shade C2 .25. So I don't really like looking like you know, too white under the eye. I like more of like a natural look. And I just do this. Now here's my little trick. I put the concealer under my eye and then I literally go all the way up. Obviously everybody's face is different. So the highest point of my cheek is up here. So I drag that concealer all the way up there because I want this a little bit more highlighted. And after that, what I do is I go in with my brush. I used to use a beauty blender, but I found that using the beauty blender took way too much time to blend. And the brush does the same exact job way more quicker. Like, do you see this? Do you see this? It's already blended, and that took like literally 2 seconds. And I bring that concealer all the way into the side of my nose. Because what that does is it helps slim your nose down a little bit when you bring the concealer to the sides. Because it creates, if you can see, it creates this little shadow right on the side of your nose. So it makes it appear a little bit more slimmer as opposed to you putting bronzer all over your nose, and then it actually makes your nose stand out. So I do know a little thing or two about makeup. But I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. And when I'm blending my concealer out, I bring it up. You see that? I'm not going straight out or straight to the side. I'm coming up because I want the illusion that I spent $2 grand sitting in a doctor's office getting poked and pricked with some Juvederm or Voluma in my cheeks, which I plan on doing, but not yet. Anyway, so I do the same thing to get, look how quick that took, literally 2 seconds. And then whatever's left on my brush, I usually go under my lip. And I'll usually take a little bit more for my upper lip because, baby, I'm a man. And that 5 o'clock shadow is just not it. Okay, so then I take my brush and just blend it out. Also, when you put concealer on your top lip, it makes it stand out, your top lip. So now your top lip looks, just stands out, because all of this top is highlighted. And then whatever is left, like I said, I'll put it in the high points. So I'll bring it up right in between my unibrow. So right in the middle, to make that part of my forehead stand. Now, after this part, I will grab my concealer, my foundation, and the foundation that I use is the Studio Fix by MAC, and it is in the shade NC35. So, yeah, this really matches my skin tone. And then from here, I'll just put it all over my face, and I won't drag it when I get up to my cheekbones where I put my concealer, because I don't want to move the product. So what I do when I get to this point is I just pat it in. Pat, pat, pat. Pat, pat, pat. So what this does is, what I found is that when I put the foundation over the concealer, is it makes the concealer not as bright, but it still makes it stand out, so you get a more natural finish. And then I go over my eyelids, because you know what my #1 pet peeve is? When an individual walks around with a full face, but you can clearly tell that their eyelids are completely blank. Sis, what are you doing? Like, are you going through some like emotional trauma at home that we have to speak about? Oh shit, I cracked myself. And let me also say this, because I made this comment or this point multiple times on my Instagram. This applies to women specifically. I find that a lot of the times when I'm working out with a friend, no shade to my friends, or I'll even like I'll observe other women looking at other women that come into the gym well presented with a full face, looking nice, you know what I mean? And I think that a lot of women, they judge other women that have their hair curled, that come in with a full face beat, and they'll be like, what are you doing here at the gym looking like that? Let me tell you something. When you look your best, baby, you feel, I've said it before, when you look your best, you feel your best, you do your best. So honestly, first and foremost, if you're looking at other people that bothers you, or you have the time to make fun of other people or point stuff out when it comes to the gym, then you're probably not doing your job in the gym, and it's probably why you're not making any gains. So pay attention to yourself, be in your own zone, and maybe you'll see some results. Ding! Also, I enjoy other people who take pride in looking good. But anyways, so yeah, I'll just put on my foundation. Don't forget about your neck. All down there. And then I head on over to my contour, and the bronzer that I use is the e.l.f. bronzer, and it is in the shade Perpetually Tan. Yeah, I read that right. And I take a different brush. This is more like a kabuki little, it has like a little angle, which is perfect to get in this cheekbone right here. So I'll just swirl that around in my bronzer. And it depends what kind of look or how I'm feeling, what type of look I'm going for. But usually I'll just hit the temples of my cheeks and my forehead. Because baby, as the years go on, this hairline is pushing back. And at this point, I'm 25 and it's clinging on to this forehead for its dear life. So, yeah, I try to shave it down just a tad. So what I do is I go into the temples of my forehead, real light, and I'll just shave that down. And I'll show you guys the difference and really the big impact that it does when I just hit the temple. You see? So this is a little bit more dramatic, and it shaves it down just a I mean, it's something that's like really minor, and I think that in person you're able to see it a little bit more. And then I'll do it to the other side, and and I don't want to get too dramatic. I don't like getting too dramatic. Just kidding. I love it. Shave that down. Shave that down. And then if I'm, like I said, if I'm looking to get really, really dramatic, I'll go back in right under my cheekbones. And since for the sake of this video, am I out of focus? No. Okay. For the sake of this video, I'm just gonna do it anyways, so you guys can see. I'm just gonna go in there, and then I grab it by the end of the brush so I'm not so hard-handed, so rough. And I'll just, and my little trick is I don't go up here, because when you go up here, you take away the concealer and you dissolve that high point, that highlight on the high point of your cheek. So I just really dig into there. And then what I do is I go back with my concealer brush, and I just, whatever's left on the brush, I like to dissolve everything. I'll even go back in with a little bit more concealer. I'm sorry, with a little bit more foundation. And I'll, yeah, just touch everything up. Moving on to the brows. Now, a little backstory on my eyebrows. I had a little design on my eyebrows, like it's like the Bad Bunny, the reggaeton 2020, real futuristic Puerto Rican pecan poppy eyebrows, you know, with a little slit on each eyebrow. Yeah, so that's what I had going on in my eyebrow. I got it done with my barber, and now I'm like really over it. I'll insert a picture here as to how I looked, but now that I'm letting them grow out, it looks like really dumb and it looks like really messy. So I just got them waxed actually, and I'm gonna just follow the same procedure that I did as far as filling them in. Now I use 2 different eyebrow pencils, and the eyebrow pencils that I use are by Morphe still. Morphe is just awesome. Like, you really get a bang for your buck for some great quality makeup. But I use a lighter tone and then a darker tone as well. I'm really running out of my darker tone, but the darker tone that I have is, I believe, I forgot what it's called. I believe it's Java or something. And I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows off camera. Alrighty guys, so I'm back. I just did my brows, and they say that eyebrows should be sisters, not twin sisters, but unfortunately my eyebrows are like long distant cousins. It's probably not even a cousin. It's kind of like that family friend that you know is not related to you, but you just call them your cousin just for the sake of the conversation. So yeah, that's what the hell my eyebrows are. My eyebrows are that cousin that shows up to the cookout and you really don't know how they're related to you, but they just are. Yeah, those are my eyebrows. So Stacy over here is just a little bit more thick and not as sharp in the end, and Rebecca over here is a little bit more clean on the bottom and on the end as well. But anyways, it just is what it is, you know what I mean? But yeah, so obviously for the darker pencil, I go in the ends of the brow, and then for the lighter pencil, this is literally like nowhere near my color. Like you can't even, it's so light you can't even tell the strokes. That's how light it is, and that's what I wanted it to be, just so it can look a little bit more natural. And yeah, that's basically just my eyebrows. That's all I do. If I'm feeling extra, like I said, I will conceal under the brow just to highlight a little bit. And I think nah, I don't feel like doing that today. I was gonna say I think I feel like doing that, but no, not today, because I'm going to the gym and I'm not going out. I'll do that more if I'm going out. And then the last step before I put on, well, the second to last step, is this Morphe. It's an eyebrow gel, and it's clear. And ladies and gentlemen, ladies, I don't judge. If you have a beard, this is a great way, or a goatee, if you have facial hair, this is a great way to, you know, put all of your hairs in place, so they could, like, you know, not be so crazy-ish. And then if you don't feel like putting on mascara, you can put it on your lashes as well, because you know, like, after you put on some powders, your lashes look crazy. It looks like you rolled around in a Krispy Kreme facility. And this shit just looks crazy, so yeah. Last and final step, the most extra step, is the highlighter. And the highlighter that I use is the Wet Dream Supreme Frost by Jeffree Star himself. Before I put on the highlighter, it is a whole process. It is a whole step. First and foremost, I take a deep breath in, holding the highlighter in the palm of my hand. I exhale. I tell myself that this highlighter is going to look wonderful. It is going to look beautiful. It is going to look frosty on my nose. Because with the highlighter, all I do is I literally take my pinky, I swirl it around in the highlighter, and I just go on the bridge of my nose. Just like that, and then I'll do like the tip of my nose. Just like that. You see? Oh my god, I'm so cute! And people are always like, oh my gosh, how do you work out with makeup? Like, doesn't it drip into your eyes? Yeah, makeup freaking stings if you don't set it with setting spray, because what's gonna happen is you're gonna sweat. It's all gonna go in your eyes, and your face is gonna go everywhere. So the key is to sweat, to give it all that you got, to go into beast mode, but just don't wipe your face. That's it. If you don't wipe your face, your makeup is gonna last. So I have this setting spray by e.l.f. It's literally the Matte Magic, and this is what I do. Say a quick little prayer that your makeup is gonna stay on. Dear God, please make sure that my makeup stays on for the rest of the workout. Please make sure that my eyebrows don't melt off. Please make sure that my highlight is popping, and that NASA themselves are gonna be able to see my highlight from Mother Earth. Amen. That is basically it, guys. That is my whole face. That is my whole pretty boy beat. Look good, feel good, baby. That's the motto. Period. Alrighty, guys. Comment below. Let me know what you guys want to see next. Don't forget to check me out on Instagram. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys later. Peace out. Bye.